Hello, elite educators and purposeful parents. Welcome back to another video. I'm Kimberly Deneen with Education Noir, where we help you level up your practice for student growth and achievement. Today's video is all about how to build strong relationships with your students. And I'm so excited that you're going to hear from two of my very own students. I interviewed them specifically about what teachers can do to build strong relationships with their students and the importance of having strong relationships with their teachers. So you will hear about that in just a second. I wanted to get into a few statistics in regards to having strong teacher-student relationships. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So I got this information from Education Week, which is an educational news publication. And in a review of educational research of 46 different studies, an analysis was conducted in regards to strong student-teacher relationships. And they found that having strong student-teacher relationships improved in every area that schools care about. So I'm looking at my notes, but they found that there was higher academic engagement, better attendance, higher grades. There were fewer disruptive behaviors and suspensions, and lower school dropout rates. So having strong student-teacher relationships improves everything. Not only do the students gain, teachers gain as well. According to the European Journal of the Psychology of Education, a study was conducted and they found that teachers who have strong relationships with their students found more joy in the classroom and had less anxiety in the classroom. So there's personal gain in building strong relationships with your students. So here are 6 ways to build relationships with your students. And please, drop in the comments some ways that have worked for you to build successful relationships with your students. I know I'm not the only expert here, and I think our community will benefit from hearing from you what's been working for you. So please share that in the comments. So number 1 is spend one-on-one time with your students. I do this through our one-to-one conference. We have a form it's student-led, and it's a form that we have to fill out bi-weekly. So I get to spend one-on-one time with my students when we evaluate their grades and their progress, and the students lead this conference. So I am able to share that one-to-one conference form with you. If you would like it, please look in the description for the link. You will simply have to provide your name and your email address. I will not spam you. I will send you the one-to-one conference form for free for your own use. All right, number 2 is look for something to comment on. So we do this daily through what's called Family Circle. And that is, we conduct a circle before getting into our lesson every day at the start of class. Sometimes the students lead circle, sometimes I lead circle, but there's a segment in the circle which is called shout outs. And so students can shout out one another, they can shout out themselves, they can shout out me, they can shout out another teacher if they like. And I try to shout out a student, 1 or 2 students each day. Number 3, develop an interest in their interest. I do this also through Circle. We generally have a segment called Share. And in that segment, sometimes I may ask, what's on your playlist right now? Or who's your favorite artist right now? And most of the time I don't know like who their like who that person is, because I'll have to look it up because I'm 50 and and they're young, they're in their teens, so I have no clue who ASAP, Ferg, ASAP, all the ASAPs, which are the hip hop artists. So I ask, who it is, right? And I'll write it down, and then I'll listen to it. I'll find, the music either on my break or maybe when I'm driving home from work. And then I'll report back the next day, like, oh, I heard the song by blah blah blah, and I like this song. I like this song. So taking interest in their world builds stronger relationships. Number 4, share your stories. I often share just different things about my life, my experience. During circle time, I share also. I'm vulnerable. It's age appropriate. As long as it's age appropriate, I'm vulnerable with them. And I think that this definitely builds a stronger relationship within my classroom, not just with me, student to teacher, but also student to student. I think that when we share our experiences with one another, they also build stronger relationships as students. Okay, and now we're at number 5, and that's have a sense of humor. I used to take myself so seriously, and I'm okay with making some mistakes. I laugh about it. I'll share it with them, like duh, and we all get a good laugh out of it. Sometimes I'll have on the circle, I'll have a meme that's funny, and sometimes they don't think it's funny, but I'm over there cracking up, so then they start cracking up. But yeah, have a sense of humor. We studies say that we spend about 1,000 hours a year with our students. Make it fun, right? Everything doesn't have to be serious all the time. And then number 6, our last one, attend student events. This year, due to COVID, some of our sporting events, and some of our other events were closed events. We weren't able to attend. It was only the participants and those who were in charge of, the sport, or, we had a play this year. We had to do it at like half capacity, so, but attend their events. Like it's something about them seeing teachers there in the stands to support them that just really resonates with the students, and it does build stronger relationships. They feel supported. So attend student events. So these are the 6 ways. Of course, there are many more, but these are the 6 ways that I'm sharing with you today. So again, we'll just recap them. Spend one-on-one time with the students. Look for something to comment on. Develop an interest in their interest. Share your stories. Have a sense of humor. And the last one, attend student events. Now, you're going to hear from the real experts. You're going to hear from 2 of my students. I had the pleasure of interviewing them. So again, share in the comments what's working for you as well. And without further ado, here is the interview with my students. Hello, elite educators and purposeful parents. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how to build successful relationships with your students. And I have 2 very special guests with me today. I'm going to introduce myself and I'll let them introduce themselves. I am Kimberly Deneen with Education Noir. Well, we help parents level up their practice for student growth and achievement, as well as educators.
My name is Malachi. I'm in 11th grade, and I've been in this school for 3 years.
My name is Donald. I'm in 11th grade, and I've been here for 3 years.
So these are actually 2 of my students that I've been working with for Malachi for 2 years, and this is my first year working with Donald. So how important is having positive relationships with your teachers? How important is that? And I'll start with you, Malachi.
I I feel it's because it will make the classroom easier because if the teacher and student both have a good relationship, it's already something established there.
Like what Malachi said, like people, if you have a good bond with your students, like kids will be happy to come to class and be on time, and don't walk in the hallways with their friends wasting time, and then wait till the last minute realizing they got class.
Thank you. How well do you think your teachers know you? And I'll start with you, Donald. How well do you think your teachers know you?
Uh, well, my old teachers I used to have, they know me well, but like the ones that just got starting to know me more and probably getting a feeling of how I act in class and how I am as a person.
Okay.
I feel like some of my teachers kind of know me and some don't, but the ones that do know me, like they try to understand the student, so it makes it kind of better.
Okay. What is something your teachers do to get to know you? Malachi, you can start with that one.
Some teachers like to do like I forgot what it's like a form. They try to do a form, ask like some questions that you might want to. The teacher might want to know about you that you don't want the whole class to know. You could just tell the teacher, and the teacher doesn't know. Stuff like that, like Kahoot games, different stuff like that.
Okay. Donald?
Yeah, like Malachi said, like they try to interact with us in many ways. Our anatomy teacher, like since we got her class, every circle she asks us new questions like what we like to do at our free time, what makes us happy, and like what makes us want to come to school more.
Okay. How does it feel when your teachers start work as soon as you begin class versus something like what you just said, Donald, where you get to talk about something you kind of want to talk about? How does that feel like when they just like it's straight business and you straight to work? How does that feel?
I feel like the teacher might just be lazy because they just, you know what I'm saying, if they just giving us the work, not, you know what I'm saying, not using the verbal communication and not, you know what I'm saying, showing like, okay, like all the work, we could make work together, try to get it done, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah, like teachers would like, let me see how to explain it. Like some teachers would have conversations with you before class, like asking like, what do you, like how do you feel, and like other questions before you start the work. But then like when teachers do just start the work off like the beginner, like it's just overwhelming because like they just want to go fast and just keep going and like nobody talk. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. How would you advise teachers to build relationships with their students? Like, what advice would you give? Let's think of a first year teacher. Like, what advice would you give that teacher to build relationships with their students?
To be like calm with your students and don't like be calm, but like show them like you're still the teacher, and then don't let them run over you, because that's what some of these teachers do. I'm not gonna lie, but don't let the students run all over you, because then they gonna keep coming to class and just keep doing it over and over again.
Okay.
I would say like understand the student that you're going through the situation with, because maybe that student got their own issues and got like other stuff they dealing with outside of school, so it's just like I feel, you know what I'm saying, it's you still gotta tell them like you the adult, you know what I'm saying, you the boss still, but I feel like sometimes you just gotta understand it's a bigger thing than school.
Okay. All right. So now this is a more personal question. What is something that happened in my class that you feel like helped us develop a more positive relationship? And I'll start with you, Malachi.
I say when we first come in with the morning circle, I say like the shares and the affirmations that and the shares and affirmations and like the get to know you part, like the questions, the videos, you know what I'm saying, like how gravitated we be.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with Malachi. Like the questions that we have in circle, like everybody get to say how they feel and like what they think early in the morning, even though it's really early.
Yeah, you had me first period. Okay. Well, I thank you all for taking some time to do this interview with me.
You
You're
all,
welcome.
Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I know my students were a little bit shy at first, but hopefully you got some insight into what, the students' perspective regarding what they think regarding building relationships with students and the importance of building relationships with their students. I wanted you to hear from a student's perspective and not just my perspective all the time, because guess what? The students are the real experts, right? So thank you for watching. If you got value out of this video, I ask that you like and subscribe to the channel so that way you can get videos as they are posted weekly. And also remember to go to the description if you would like to get the Assistant Student Support Plan or the one-to-one conference form, either one of them. Just look for the link in the description. And until next time, continue to level up your practice for student growth and achievement, and I'll see you in the next video.